back, ladies and gentlemen. This week has been crazy because not only did the Europe, Middle East, and North Africa region play their Split 1 Open finals, but the North American Split 1 is really starting to heat up. Which of course means that signups for Split 2 are wide open. So head on over to SnapdragonProSeries.com to get yourself signed up today and to test your mettle against the best of the best. Now let's start this week's recap in EUR MENA, where 4 spots for the challenge were on the line in the Split 1 Open finals. The first match that advanced the winner was FA Siege versus SK Gaming. Set 1 was Heist, and SK was putting their usual pressure on when Gugu respawned right into this perfect defensive position, taking out iChaos and keeping his safe at 100% health. This led to the easy round victory for Siege. Round 3 was more of a stalemate, with SK holding a slight lead as the game came down to crunch time. They were trying to run out the clock, but then Gugu went gaga, taking out Gil VGX and iChaos before sneaking around the backside and chunking huge damage on the safe. SK swung back down to Siege's safe, but it was too little too late, and Siege took game 1 in a real knuckle-biter. Up 1-0 in the series, Siege was hoping to take a commanding 2-0 lead as game 2 headed to Hot Zone. They looked to be doing just that as they took an early 50% in round 1, but then Gugu went gaga again, but this time in a naughty way. He dove behind enemy lines and got punished, giving SK full control of the point and allowing them right back into the round. Siege tried one last attempt to take back the point, but neither Gugu or Kevin could find a clear path in. Everyone charged in, but SK was ready and scored a full team wipe as the point reached 100%. SK never let go of this momentum they built here and won the whole match 3-1, securing their spot in the challenge. On the other side of the upper bracket, it was Tribe and Baguette in a battle for the second ticket to the challenge. Game 1 was Heist, and Baguette played amazing defense. Tribe barely even touched the safe for nearly 2 minutes. Then, when they were finally able to score some meaningful hits on the Baguette safe, this unfortunately left their own safe open. Baguette capitalized and took the game win, securing a 1-0 lead in the series. Game 2 Hot Zone saw more Baguette dominance with a 92% cap before Tribe even managed to touch the zone. With 8% standing between them and Oblivion, Tribe went for one valiant push, getting a team wipe and securing the point. Baguette, though, did not panic. They simply waited for their respawns, charged back in, and forced Tribe to give up their positions. With not much percent needed for the win at that point, it was already over. Baguette took the win and the second ticket to the challenge. That loss dropped Tribe into the lower bracket, where they would have another chance at qualifying. This time, they'd have to get through Stamina EU to do it. Game 1 was Hot Zone, and already Tribe looked more comfortable than they did against Baguette. With each team's percentage about the same, Skyrix managed to pick off Drake, which opened up the middle. But then, Yoshi came in with a huge leap and Tom's Mines blasted Linane. With the number advantage, Tribe quickly gained control of the point and secured the victory. Later in the match, it was a game of gem grab, and Tribe had found their rhythm at this point. An unusual 1-8-1 gem split started the countdown, and even though a single kill would have reset, there was just nothing Stamina could do. Tribe won the game, and with it, the third ticket to the challenge. The final match to qualify was a battle for Spain, as FA Siege, fresh off their earlier loss to SK, took on Team Queso. The series was a hard-fought back and forth, with a 2-1 score in favor of Siege heading into Game 4 Heist. With their backs against the wall, Queso refused to melt, and instead firmed up their mid-ground without pushing too far. The solid push ended up cracking the Siege safe and keeping Queso alive in the series. Pivotal Game 5 went to Bounty. Essentially, a best-of-1 for the final ticket to the challenge was on the line. Queso seemed to be crumbling under the pressure because the more aggressive they played, the more uncoordinated they became. Siege maintained their slight lead all the way into the final seconds of the match. Even backed into a corner, they managed to survive and keep the lead, scoring the series win and the last Split 1 invite to the challenge. Now, turning your attention to the North American region, you'll remember that last week there was a 3-way race for first place developing between Vatra, Stamina, and Tribe, with the rest of the league way behind in points. Well, this week, that's still the case. Stamina, who was tied for first place after week 1, had a tough week 2. They had to forfeit the grand final in Cup 3, and they got knocked out very early in the quarterfinals the very next night. That was the first time so far that they haven't been in the top 4 of a cup. Everything looked normal as they took on LSAT in the semifinal of Cup 3, well on their way to a grand final with Tribe Gaming, who had held them back in week 1. Beating Chasmac Gaming, Obey Alliance, and LSAT along their way, Stamina was ready for their revenge against Tribe. However, fate was not on their side, as the grand final match was scheduled right when an important flight for the team was also scheduled. They were forced to forfeit and wait for a future time to have their rematch. After that disappointing end to their run in Cup 3, things would only get worse for Stamina, as they ran into Vanguard in the quarterfinal of Cup 4. Despite their best efforts, they clearly ran out of stamina in the final game of Brawl Ball. The series went 2-1, but Vanguard looked pretty comfortable the entire time. Fortunately for them, second place and a finish in the quarterfinals are still worth quite a few points, so they are still comfortably in the top 3 of our standings. They had a little padding due to their exceptional play leading up to this week. But, of course, we can't leave out those other 2 big names. Tribe and Vatra have been duking it out during the entire competition so far, and it seems certain their rivalry could become legendary. The 2 Titans clashed in the semi-final of Cup 3, showcasing the narrow difference in skill at the upper level. After barely overcoming Vatra in Hot Zone, Tribe took the early lead, up 1-0 in the series. But next up was Knockout, and it was another close battle. After Vatra dominated Tribe in the first set of Knockout, they didn't relent, evening up the series with an exclamation point. This takes us all the way to Game 3 of Heist, where Tribe showcased early game map reads mixed with calculated aggression. They were able to get some early damage in and then proceeded to put on a clinic on defense. There was little Vatra could do but poke at the Tribe line with little effect. With just 15 seconds left on the clock, Vatra made one last push and got some decent damage in on the Tribe safe, but it wasn't nearly enough. Tribe came out on top of that hard-fought competition. But then they met again the very next day, and this time the results were way different. It only took 2 rounds of play, and Vatra, whose name means fire in Croatian, showed us the performance that has made them more than just a hot name. In fact, we just want to take a moment to show you this Brawl Ball match in which Vatra made a statement. It was a tied first game, overtime was looming, and for a moment it felt like Vatra might have completely slipped up on defense. Tribe played it by the book, making sure they cleared defenders off their spawns for the certain goal to regain their confidence. Overtime hit and Tribe had the overmatch. Things were looking grim. Juan Carlos may have just died, but RBM, playing Crow, had his super available. In a final effort to clutch the game, RBM sent it with a leap over Easy Livin' to dodge incoming damage as well as dishing out some serious area of effect punishment. That play was just enough to allow RBM to grab that final goal and deny Tribe so much as a chance with a 2-0 finish. Well, it seems safe to say we're going to continue to see some incredible matches as these 3 Lions fight for their share. We saw how Stamina displayed a flaw against Vanguard, allowing them to be toppled, but they'll be looking to bounce back going into Week 3. Well, guys, that does it for me. Split 2 is about to get underway in 2 of our regions, and NA is headed into crunch time. So make sure you're following us on all of our social medias to stay up to date throughout the weeks. Until next time.